One here, Generac. I have a Generac. I personally own one. It's extremely powerful. It's much better than this one. So we're going to take a break now and work on this. I just got this yesterday for $40. The guy delivered it. The handle is nice. It's a little rusty. The end of it is stuck. Let me see if I can get it to show you. It's stuck on the handle. And this is a bit cheesy. It's already got a kink in it. It's a relatively low pressure line. It might be leaking. I could see there's kinks in it. And there's some issues. That might be a leaking line. Okay, so the hose and the wand might be crap. You know, you can buy cheap hose, but you know, we don't want to buy anything for this. So maybe it's worth the motor. We're gonna get it this very rusty handle. So it's been nicked up. Let's see. It probably doesn't have a lot of hours on it, and it's probably not worth 40. This is 40. The other one was 40. I'm not making out on these yet. All right, I haven't quite struck the gold on these things yet. But it does have a soap cannon, which plugs onto the end, and that's kind of neat. Might be a good sales tool. Let's take a look. It's very clean. I just rinsed it, but it is very clean. And probably I mean, if it was left outside at all and there was water in the pump would have broke. And that's a problem you're going to have with these. There's not, the gas tank has got yuck in it, but it's not rotted. You know, it's another problem. The metal tanks are nice, but they're not coming. Hopefully they're taking my garbage. So we're going to start off with diving into the carburetor. And most people that get it, you know, this is a good time of year to buy, if you want to do this and you can survive somehow, which is, I don't know, I'm not really surviving, but if you can survive for a little while, you're going to get an inventory, like I am, and that inventory is with having, the bigger your inventory, believe it or not, it's a real pain in the neck, but the bigger your inventory, you got a little bit more room to make money. You know, you're putting a lot more money out there, but you have a little bit more room. Because like right now, if I get these guys one more, and I can see if there's one or two that I can flip right away. And when I mean flip, I still do what I do. Okay, but I love it when it's like this, though. This is the Indian summer that you pray for when you're in this business. Actually, you do need a little bit of rain, right? You pray that it rains just enough and that to feed the grassies so that they grow, and then it's warm enough and sunny enough so that you have the rain and the sun, and then you pray that the people don't really take care of their lawnmowers and the lawn grows a lot and then it breaks. And they're like, Arch, I need a lawnmower. Yeah, hey? Yeah, hey? Okay, come on over and pick from the wonderful selection. I bet you it's going to be stuck. Oh, look. Hey, look at that. Tell me that's not sweet. Very, very little junk in here. Very little. Let's start brushing it up. One of the things things you got with these. You want to turn that in. This one's basically in all the way. So you want to get that out, and you want to be able to blow through there. We also want to check this petcock. Why does it feel crunchy? Does it just need to be lubricated, or is there gack in there? Uh-oh. There we go. If there's gack in here, we want to get that gack out so we have smooth operation. Probably has a little spring in it. Spring washer or something. Just be prepared when you take anything apart. Like before, when it exploded off. Yeah, it's got a spring washer. So, get the gack. Basically just needs a rag wiping. Yep, that's all it needs. Okay. Just a little bit of rust in that. Put a little WD in there. Okay, and then blow it. Because you don't want it. And put the WD back. Freshen up the gasket that's in there. Get WD all over it. Clean that off. And if you want to, put a little white grease on that spring. See, it's smooth. It's not crunchy. And just got smoother too. And if you want, when you're done, put a little more WD on it. And it's kind of a sealed system, but it's not watertight. Alright, so now, you want to get that port cleaned out. Now, I don't see a lot in there. You want to get that port cleaned out. We want to pull that jet out. So this guy, so it's about a half a turn to get it all the way in, about half a turn out. Kind of cheesy, I know. That should come right out with a screwdriver. You may have to put a little WD on it. I mean, it's already been, I washed it from the outside, so it shouldn't be too bad. You don't want to force it, it is flat. There you go. See how lubricant. Not bad, right? So it's pretty clean. We're just going to wash it. And we'll blow it. This is the jet in here. And really all it needs is some blowing. Here we go. That's the one. Got my glasses on, so you can take this jet out. Probably don't need to, but you can take it out anyway. I think this is the right size. Let's see. I have this screwdriver for that. Now, sometimes these are stuck. And sometimes they're loose, so it's a good idea to check it. That came right out. We're going to rinse that and blow it. Brass seat. Pretty nice. I like to sometimes clean these and we'll see what it looks like. We'll clean a little bit of brass cleaner. Yeah, watch this. get a little bit of my Alumabrite. Clean this little container out. Cup. And it's already starting to fizzle up and make it pretty. Let's get this cleared out and let's start our assembly. That's nice. See how nice? Let's put this guy back in. Just a dab. That went right in. Yeah, that other compressor, that other pump, pressure power washer. That's all it was there. Okay, once again my batteries died. So anyway, I don't know how much I missed, but we're ready to go. Alright, so this gasket's in pretty good shape. Alright, they get a little hard, and you can put them in kerosene. That looks good. Let's put a little bit of just a coating. This also works really good, and a little bit that you get in mixes with the fuel, and you get a little bit of lubricant when you start it up. At least that's what I tell myself. Now this is pretty clean. Let's see anything there. What little bit is on there will wash right off. Sprung loaded. I like that. That's Generac. Generac will go the extra step. So now this, as you can see, has got some caking on it. And again, you could put that in that other thing. And you could take a wire brush, which you want to be careful with because you don't really want a wire brush on this because there's a gasket there. So you just want to, I'm brushing it with that acid. And it's definitely removing the junk that's in there. So now let's just put that to the side, because you want to reduce the friction when you're installing it. So after I do this, I'm going to make up some tuna for lunch. You know, I did get a late start. Definitely serviced. So before we put this on, when I come back from making tuna and feeding my face, we're going to put a little bit of lubricant on that. We'll start off with WD. If it gets stuck. Yep. It's a little stuck. Not bad though. switch in there. We're going to want to take this cover off, and we're going to want to clean the magneto. This flywheel, this magnet's got a tremendous amount. I'll show you in a little bit. We're going to need to wire wheel it and probably sand it because it happens to have a lot of rot on it, a lot of surface rot. So it saw some water. And you know, sometimes where we live here, people live down by the water. Just by living down, you put it in the shed, you think it's out of the rain. It's not out of the air. And the air here is bad. I've seen it bad. Let's see what it does, guys. What do you think? 100? Okay, so she's got a little over 50 pounds. But 60 pounds. And it might have a compression brake on it. But that's certainly enough to run it and get it started. And if it has that compression brake on it, guys, let me know. Comment what your experiences are and how the compression brake sort of affects when you do a compression reading. But certainly 50 pounds is a lot easier to pull against than 100. So I'm going to take you over to this side because I don't want to move everything around. That's what I mean earlier when I said there's a lot of rust on there. All right, we got to get that off. All right, so I'm going to put my glasses on, and oh, it's nice and breezy because it's so warm today. It's just so beautiful out. This really is a nice day. Okay. All right, let's see how long this runs because I don't think I have that much battery. Okay. Now, we're going to want to check it, but we really should clean the magneto and test it. That's it. Everything. This is pretty clean. It was the cast iron that was. Put a little bit of oil on that. See if we can. Things, but I just use this. This is a feel gauge. What do you got to make something else to go with the ball when you can have a feel gauge, especially a brass one? Okay, so that's it. Let it pull in. Or you shove them credit. I mean, I used to do that. Shove credit. Why? Just put a freaking feel gauge in it. So, I'm grabbing the tool. It's a nice strong magnet. That little clean plug, and we'll spin it. We'll see how the plug fires. But we'll clean first. It's not bad, really. It's pretty white. I'm just going to hit it with the sandblaster. He loosened it, so he's been in. He was playing with it a little bit. You can see. Probably the WD-40 I sprayed on it. I didn't know it was loose. Alright, I'll be right back. Not bad, look at that. It's like a brand new plug. It's in nice shape. Plug all over it. Let's test it first. Let's testicle it first. Oh god. That's a lot of spark. Beautiful, guys. All set. I put some liquid in there. An old motor, and you want to work it in normal mystery tranny fluid. Tranny fluid, and grab some tranny fluid, put it in some two-stroke and wash it through. Kero works good. Lots of things. You could put a mixture of stuff. Kero and lacquer thinner. There's all kinds of chemicals. Have fun working with. Okay. That's good. Let's put a little bit of, that's brass in there too. That's a brass piece. That's nice stuff. Yeah, we'll put a little something on that. Put a little silicone in that. Alright, it's a dielectric and it will not cause issues. And it'll keep everything in here nice forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. It'll make it easy to put on too. You can put it on the outside of the plug wire, which I'm not doing now. Let's see if this thing runs. It goes on there. Okay. So now the tank comes off. That's what we want. I think there's a little filter on this. It comes that way. There's quite a lot of fuel in there. Could be a little water. I need to find a place to put this, so I'll be right. Oh, you gotta be careful because something just came off. It's a little gasket or something. It's a little. Must be another one. It's a vibration gasket. There's two here, and this is how you adjust it. Down in here, that's a funky place to adjust the governor. Wow. All right, I'll be right there. A little bit of junk in the gas, but nothing horrible. Emptied it out, blew it out. So just so you know, I like to blow it backwards, and I did see a little bit of junk come out from the filter end and through the hose. So she looks good. It's dry, it's clean, there's no debris in it. We're ready to put that back. Okay, so we have a nice gas tank. So far so good. You've got some nice parts to work with. Let's blow out any debris in here. Let's put the carb on. I had to use the nuts. I don't. The bolts that came with it were only two. I don't have anything else right at the moment. Start before I take a break. So, choke's on run, switch is on. A little too much oil in it. Well, I pulled the oil thing off and oil started peeing out of it. So, I don't know if there's water in there or whatever, but let's find out. They're not starting. Again, I don't know if the switches are working or not. It should be. Turn it off. doesn't seem to be doing anything, but we can look at that in a little bit. The next thing we want to test is the pump. And we'll take this off afterwards and we'll paint that. Get that cleaned up. That's burned off. If we can. It may not be. Maybe we'll just leave it on there. Put some... yeah, she's going to get real hot anyway. But that particular probably gets real hot. So this is not working. So choke is fully on when you go this direction. So choke is in this direction. Fuel is in this direction. So this is how she runs normally. And this isn't really doing anything yet. So we got to understand why. And this is probably because it needs some adjustment, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. Leave it all the way, I would say. Switch is functioning. She's all good to go. Let me take a quick break. I'll freshen up, and then we'll get the hosing out. I want to do a couple of things to the wand, and we'll hook the hose up to it, and we'll get set up, and I'll wash the machine off and see how it does. I'll put the air filter back on, you know, and we'll wash the machine off. And the reason why I wasn't starting is I didn't have the choke on.